A very good morning to everyone. Let's continue with our chapter Independent India, lesson number 13. It is on page number 102 and this is your second video. Let's continue this. This topic is on page number 104. Integration of the French and Portuguese colonies into the Indian Union. Now, certain regions of India were still under the French or the Portuguese control when India declared itself as an independent sovereign socialist republic on 26th January 1950. Means इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट हो गया उसके बाद भी certain regions were still under the rule of Portuguese and French. ये हमने पढ़ा है अगले अर्लियर चैप्टर्स में कि पहले पहले फ्रेंच भी आए थे इंडिया पे रूल करा उन्होंने कुछ टाइम एंड फॉर सर्टेन पीरियड Portuguese also ruled over India and later on Britishers came who ruled for long time over India. But these French or the Portuguese were still there in India and they were ruling even after India secured its independence and even after our republic, that is 1950. Integration of Pondicherry in which is present Puducherry. Pondicherry, Karaikal, that is Tamil Nadu, and Mahid, that is Kerala, Yanam, that is Andhra Pradesh, and Chandranagar, that is West Bengal. These all the places which are given in the bracket, they are named in present day. पहले इनका ये different names थे जो bracket के बाहर दिए गए हैं during the British rule or during when India achieved independence. Now these all places were under the French control. People of these colonies wanted to join the Indian Union, for which they launched movements too. Now, though these people were under the French rule, under the French control, but they wanted to join to the Indian Union. So, different movements started where people agitated, sadak pe aa gaye, नारे लगाने लगे that they wanted to join the Indian Union. The French tried to suppress such movements, ऐसे movements को दबाने की कोशिश की. In 1948, a huge gathering of people in Pondicherry declared quit India to the French authority. So, as this quit India movement took place throughout the country, which Gandhiji started, in the same way, these people they declared quit India to the French authority. That means they asked the French people to leave India and go. To bring out a peaceful solution to this problem, the government of India opened negotiations with the French government. Finally, the French government agreed on 31st October 1954 and surrendered all these colonies to India. Just imagine, after 4 years of republic and how many years? Almost 7 years of India achieving independence. These places, they were completely independent from foreign rule. Uske pehle, though India was considered as independent country, but these places were still under foreign rule, though not British rule, but under the French rule. Now this is on page number 105, integration of Goa, Diu and Daman. Portuguese were more adamant than the French. Adamant means ziddi, we can say. Yeah, they were undeterred. For them, Goa was the symbol of prestige. So, they did not want to leave Goa. All negotiations and talks to cede these colonies to India failed. So, all negotiations from Indian government or from the people, the leaders, to cede these colonies to India, that means to join these colonies to India, all the efforts failed. On the other hand, the movements to integrate Goa into the Indian Union became more intense and violent. That means the people, they started various movements because they wanted to join Goa to Indian Union. That means the Goan people, they wanted to join Indian Union. So the movements, they became more violent and intense. On 15th of August 1955, 3,000 to 5,000 unarmed Indian activists attempted to enter Goa at 6 locations and were violently repulsed by Portuguese police officers. resulting in the deaths of around 200 people. So these people, activists, attempted to enter Goa. That means they tried to, oppose the Portuguese, and they tried to enter Goa from different six locations. But they were violently repulsed. Repulsed means उनके ऊपर वार किया गया by Portuguese police officers, and around 200 these activists they died. When the talks and satyagraha failed, the Indian government decided to take more radical steps and launched Operation Vijay to free Goa. The military operation started on the midnight of 17th and 18th December 1961 under the leadership of General Chaudhry. The operation was completed by the next day afternoon. That means midnight mein start kiya, and within the next day, maybe we can say not even 24 hours mein, the mission was completed. The Indians won Goa, Diu and Daman and hoisted the national flag there. That is how the last of the remains of the Western Empire were terminated from India. So in this way, Indians were successful in, kicking out the foreigners from our country. But just think about it. 1947, India achieved independence, and in 1961, Goa, Diu, and Daman they achieved their independence. So you can think, so after lot many years, after achieving independence, also Indian different territories, few territories were still under the foreign rule. And how these Indian leaders they must have thought of, envisioned that uh, these small places which are still under the foreign rule also should be liberated. उनको भी independence मिलना चाहिए. That is why they fought for uh, freeing them from the foreign rule. Why was India forced to carry out military operation against the Portuguese colonies? Just now we studied. You have to answer this question. Diu, Daman and Goa remained union territories from 1961 to 1987 CE. What are union territories? You have learned in your earlier classes. They are directly ruled by the central government, union government. They were not, termed as a state. Goa became a state on 12th of August 1987. तब तक गोवा भी एक union territory था, which was ruled by the central government directly. There was no state government for Goa. And Diu and Daman, they still remain union territories. We have learned with the map of India, remember in your 6th standard, that how many, 6th and 7th standard, that how many states are there and how many union territories are there in India. Now here a map you have to fill a map by locating the places that were under the French and Portuguese. Okay. Now the places which we have seen in the earlier pages as West Bengal, which was Chandranagar earlier, then Andhra Pradesh, Pondicherry, etc. These places you have to fill out. I mean you have to name, and these were under the French rule, and Portuguese they were ruling Diu, Daman and Goa. So you have to mark that on the map and stick it on your fair book. Measure the distance between Goa, Diu and Daman on the map with the help of a scale. This is no need, you can get that answer on the Google. Now relationship between India and Pakistan. A very very crucial matter till date. We can see here the map of Kashmir is given. Even though whole of this Kashmir, it is in the map of India, still we can see there is a line drawn, dividing Kashmir. More of it is yellow in color, which is named as Indian Kashmir, and the green portion, which is written Pakistan occupied Kashmir. It is also called POK, and there is a line of control LOC 1947. This was the ceasefire. That means, this land, even though it is a portion of India, but still it is occupied by Pakistan. And till date, we are fighting. India and Pakistan are fighting over this land of Kashmir, that who will be ruling, or who will be the, though it is officially in the map of India, but Pakistan claims that it is their land still till date. आज तक हम इस बात पे लड़ते आ रहे हैं कि वो लैंड जो ग्रीन पोर्शन वाली है पीओके वो इंडिया की होनी चाहिए या पाकिस्तान की. Let's know about it. Relationship between India and Pakistan. The relationship between India and Pakistan has always been bitter since the independence. The dispute over the marking of boundaries was never resolved, which has led to a constant infiltration across the border in India. So, dispute over the marking of boundaries. Kashmiris, sorry, Pakistanis बोलते हैं कि कश्मीर का इतना पोर्शन हमारे लिए रखा गया था during the time of independence, but Indians claim that that is our part of land. That means it is included in India. So that issue has not resolved yet, and there is constant infiltration. That means constantly there is a fight going on between the Indians and Pakistanis over this portion of land. The Kashmir issue has added fuel to the fire and added bitterness in the relationship between the two countries. So Kashmir issue, that means we know that lot of terrorism is going on in Kashmir. That has added fuel to the fire. That means आग में घी का काम किया है, and more bitterness आ गई है लोगों के दोनों कंट्रीज के बीच में. India and Pakistan were at war in the years 1948, 1965 and 1971. This is in the past. Recently we have known in the through the news and the newspapers there was Uri attack and there was counter attack by the Indians as well. So all this issues are going on since long. All these years mentioned, all these three times, Pakistan was defeated. Tashkent Agreement and Shimla Agreement are the two post-war agreements signed between India and Pakistan. However, Pakistan has not followed the clauses of the agreement. ऐसा agree हुआ था कि ये लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल के इस पार न पाकिस्तानी आएंगे न यहाँ से उस पार इंडियंस जाएंगे. But Pakistan has never been following its clauses or agreements. When Pakistani forces entered Kargil in 1999, India had to use military force. Kargil war भी हुआ था. Last year Uri attack हुआ था पुलवामा में, correct? So India conducted इस तरह के बहुत सारे और भी छोटे मोटे अटैक्स होते रहते हैं and fights होती रहती है at the borders of Kashmir especially. India conducted nuclear tests in 1998 followed by Pakistan. That means India showed the world that we are, superpower, we have got nuclear weapons. And Pakistan also did a nuclear test just to answer that we also are not lagging behind. हमारे पास भी nuclear weapons हैं. Hence today both the nations have nuclear weapons. It is sad fact that Pakistan has never responded positively to the friendly gestures of India to maintain amicable relationship between the two nations. So this is the scenario today. We have never received any positive approach from the Pakistan. Next is India today. How well have we fared after the 64 years of independence? This textbook may be very old. Remember how many years we have got? I mean, earlier independence 1947 में हमको independence मिला था and 2020 is going on. 21 आ गया. Okay, so just think about how many years of independence we have celebrated. Okay, but how have we fared well? That means हमने अच्छा काम किया है. Have we realized the ideals of our constitution? Implementation of 5-year plans assured the age of industrial development in India in the true sense. 5 years plans जो पहले बनाए गए during the constitution's implementation, they have brought industrial development in India. Notable development has happened in the cotton, textile, sugar, iron and steel, engineering, chemical industries and coal mining. Notable development मतलब काफी development हुआ है after the independence in all these industries. We have become self-reliant in terms of industrial production. Marked progress has become evident in the fields of electronics, energy, computer, microchips, telecommunication, steel, fertilizers, cement, and petrochemicals. So, marked progress. That means the world also is marking that we have become, progressive in all these sectors. Many critics believe that India would not be able to sustain longer as a nation and would become a militarist nation soon. That means during the time of independence बहुत सारे critics ने बहुत सारे लोगों ने outside India ऐसा दावा किया था कि India would not be able to sustain longer as an independent state. Independent country की तरह India रह ही नहीं पाएगा उनको गुलामी की आदत हो गई है and soon जैसे ब्रिटिशर्स ने हमारे पे राज किया था इस तरह से कोई ना कोई मिलिटरिस्ट फिर से आ जाएगा हमारे देश पे राज करने के लिए बट इंडिया प्रूव्ड ऑल दीज प्रेडिक्शंस रॉन्ग ये सारे प्रेडिक्शंस इंडिया ने रॉन्ग प्रूव किए एंड वी हैव emerged as a not only a developing country but also a developing superpower. Till the date, India is a proud and thriving republic. India has exemplified the unity in diversity, and this diversity has never become a hindrance in our progress. So, we are proud that India has thrived as a republic and India has exemplified बहुत अच्छा example create किया है unity in diversity का. We know that there are diverse religions in our country. Multiple languages followed and multiple caste and creed are there in our country. Different castes are being followed. Different languages are spoken. Yet, this diversity has never become a hindrance in our progress. हमारे progress के रास्ते में कभी भी रुकावट नहीं आई है ये सब different caste की वजह से. The nation has developed industries, science, infrastructure, agriculture and education. Infrastructure का क्या meaning होता है? Roads, buildings, bridges, etc. So we have never lagged behind. हमको कभी भी किसी चीज की कमी नहीं हुई है. So we are proud Indians.
Thank you so much, everyone. Stay home and stay safe.